Alright, let me explain this trade real quick. Obviously, it's during the driver. Very like the perfect entry. Definitely a little bit of a gamble, but it made sense to enter where I did. Let me just yeah. Fuck it. It's gonna be hard to see everything with these lines. Let me just take this off. Um, yeah. Okay. So the daily buys. Let's go over this. So we can see the week open higher at first. So the weekly profile supports that bearish expansion candle, which is great to see. Or you know what I mean, candle formation. But the PAs are a little weird. We open higher at first, and we head lower going in Thursday, where Thursday reversed away from failure swings. So yeah, we could today could respect the C2 and continue higher to break, head for these failure swings up here. If the time and price filter within this daily candle is respected, right? If today opens lower first and it creates that small wick, which shows respect towards the EQ of pre-range or the refined level. Clearly, it wasn't when heading into New York game. Therefore, price is probably going to reach for these failure swings. Continue the overall expansion of this weekly candle. so, so yeah, the framework, it's like I said, it's a little bit messy, but it's more clear in the fire. The framework would be X1 in, or order per ranges, doesn't really matter. The profile would be technically Friday C2 reversal into expansion, and the S&P would be that Tuesday S&P at the highs, which is there's no string switch, right? Which is honestly kind of shit looking too, but to run the fire. We can see that today opened up, and at 1800 we immediately expanded lower. The leading asset bearishly being NQ trades into pretty low, disrespects EQ over this gap, while at the same time ES is disrespecting EQ with pretty range, where the refined will be in this gap. At first, I wanted to actually see a reversal away from this gap to break this S&T here, but when we displaced away like this, kind of confirmed, right, that V shape away from this S&P, kind of confirmed the S&T. So go back before here. I'm really hoping that price displaces through this low. Let me just look at this real quick. As far as I mean, yeah, I can reach 10 EMP definitely will continue. I'm just gonna go break even now because I don't think price should come back up to here, right? I mean, back up to my entry at this point. So yeah, so let's go back to the 4 hour. So yeah, we created the S&P with NQ with pretty low, but we know that's probably failure S&P for multiple reasons. All assets within the ESNQ are V-shaped away from this S&P. We created this S&P within discount of the range, so it's close proximity S&P, so it's a lower probability to be. It would be lower probability for it to be that fucking bullish S&P, I guess. A lot of adrenaline running through me. I've like all I've been drinking. I just woke up right away, started drinking fucking coffee. Seen that shit? Oh, I'm taking it. I took it. Yeah, so I have like a lot of adrenaline running through me right now. But so if this is failure S&P, like, then this gap has to hold, right? And then the face of price also outperformed this S&P, confirms that it's failure S&P. So Asia expands lower, creates a gap. 2 a.m., 6 a.m. respects that gap as it should. If Asia is going to be the high of day, if we're going to continue lower to reach for the failure swings, the lows, I guess. But it's just weird because YM is kind of YM is not really where it's like we created this S&P here, or actually created it here, technically here on ES, fell the manipulator rate, but then we displaced away creating the gap, which kind of confirmed the S&P. It's gonna be a crazy trade if that hits. With like a 5 hour. And then the fucking I just feel like we might retrace after taking this low, but we know it's gonna be a retracement because price is leaving failure swings, right? Kind of like this scenario here, the C2 is not prominent because it's leaving failure swings. It looks like it's most likely retracement. What confirmed as retracement is this today, I guess, right? The phase of price. Um, but yeah, so but YM makes sense to go lower because we're extremely bullish. This S&P is likely going to hold, or probably not going to hold this S&P. So looks better for this S&P to fail S&P and this S&P to hold, right? So this is higher probability S&P while this is lower probability S&P. So, um, but yeah, so let's go back. So we have 11 still 10. I hope it continues lower. That'd be great, but it's all good if it doesn't. Kind of want to. What should I profit from? Really don't want to take off right. Where should I profit? I'd be up 1,000. Alright, yeah, fuck it. I'll just take off there. It's good enough. That's good enough for me for the week. It's not gonna be much more money anyways because I don't have that much on, risking. So I only risk like half risk because it was so risky to where I entered. I was like, I'm okay with taking out or getting stopped out where I entered because I'm only risking half of what I normally risk, 250. So then if it stops me out, I know the bias is still correct. And I can simply just trade titanium continuation with half risk or maybe even full risk, honestly. But so that's great to see. That was a good trade. Still like a 4 hour at least. But it was with half risk, so not like the craziest. I didn't make the craziest amount. But anyways, and then I also took partials like 30, 40% off. Not even like 30% probably. At like a 2 hour to pretty much protect my stop loss. Um, I was playing it very conservative because of just everything. But yeah, so obviously today opened lower, so like definitely the profile's not the ideal profile. Like ideally open higher, but still today's supposed to be bear expansion. The floor is supposed to be bear expansion, right? And then we drove down to the 1 hour, 30 minute, 8:30. So yeah, we created that failure into here, and then look at the phase of price, the V shape away from the S&P at the highs here, which kind of confirms it, and then what really confirms this is for S&P, and this is prominent S&P, etc., and that we're going to continue lower, is the V-shaped expansion with consolidation, and then NFP created that strong switch, PSP, super clean, NFP expands lower towards the drawn liquidity, so clean. That is great to see, beautiful. And then one thing that it's gonna be such a clean example, bro. And then one thing that I seen was 9 a.m. is creating that early gap. So I was like, okay, great. I can't trade it in the driver. I gotta wait for 10 a.m. at that point because because the 30 minute is also creating the gap at 9 a.m. So if 9:30 trades higher into that gap, but you know that 9:30 high, the V-shape away, the lower time frame 5 with 30 minute CSD is not actually going to be a protected swing because it's going to be creating a hourly gap low or just gap in the future. So that 9:30 a.m. high is going to be an hourly gap low. So it's not going to be a protected swing. Price will have a reason to return back above it, but I can fade the hourly gap if price shows strong switching. Or not strong switching, but second stage crack correlation with or within the gap during the driver. So price fucking created PSP at 9 a.m. At first we were holding this SMT during the river. I really wanted to see that, but technically this PSP itself is showing more strong switching to break this SMT. But then we showed strong switching in the form of like once weaker, now stronger there, but it's still overall strong switching to catch up to break this SMT again still. And then the reaction away on YM, like YM went strong and now weaker, again showing strong switching because this is strong switching to catch up to break this SMT, but this is strong switching to catch up with YM, right? YM to catch up because YM is the leading or strongest asset. So YM is showing strong switching here to catch up to ES and NQ because it's way in premium of the range, while ES and NQ are literally below range low or at discount. So wanted to catch up. It's one strong and now it's showing weakness to catch up. But so yeah, so once we created that 2 stage, I can trade the 5 or 3 minute CST that forms away from this. So now at this point, the hourly or the 30-minute hourly, the 4 hour, right? It has that small wick as well. The daily supports that burst expansion, right? The narrative for why we should go lower is super clean. I didn't really explain it that well. I feel like I always explain shit very shitty. Like when I speak out loud, I'm always like way better at thinking inside my head instead of verbally like thinking. I don't know, but speaking about it. But I know that I have everything here and it's very clean. So jumping on the 5 minute. Um, right, we see 9:30 opens up. Trade, at first we were holding that SMT fill and we trade into it here. Then we V-shape away. And at first this kind of looked like it was going to validate the CSC, so I just entered as it before it even closed because it looked like it was going to validate it. But it was like literally right here. Like we looked like we were going to close below it. But then price didn't. I was like, okay, well, you know what? At least I entered with half risk. It's all good. And then price just like fucking darts lower, just tanks lower. And then I reached my 5R, so I didn't really take off at 5R though. Oh shit, I do have rate. It's not true. Hold on. That's not true. Do I still my trade on? No. Why did it not count my other? Does it show my trades I took on here? I don't think so. Let me refresh this. That's right. I made 1,000. I don't know why it's not showing. I tried execution here. That's a little weird. Like I think I took off like around here, like a 4.5 or some shit. Yeah, it was clean. Holy shit. I don't know why it's because like I entered with 9, took a 3 off here as a partial because it was at 2RR, and then took off the rest, but it's not showing it. So let me restart my trade view. My trade view is actually frozen. Can't do anything. Weird. All the 4 goes. I literally can't do anything. Oh, my keyboard. My keyboard fucking died. God damn it. Yeah. I don't know why it's not showing my last execution. I might take off my partial. But let me see. Maybe I did something this week. Fuck. All right. So plug in my keyboard. What am I doing? It's gonna like show this on video because I don't know why. When you guys see me take off, or I did my last takeoff, partial, or whatever the fuck you call it. Now it should be wired. It's like okay. So let me restart this. I still can't. F11. I still can't do anything. Okay. Hold it for. That's so weird. Hopefully I didn't reset my... The fuck? My alt key is my Windows key. That's weird. This keyboard is broken. My Windows key is my alt key now. Okay. I gotta change my keybinds up. But yeah, so I take off right there. Perfect. Not like it's a good trade, but I could have made just a little bit more. Like maybe instead of 1,000, I could have made like 1,200. So it's like, really, does that matter? Does that really matter? Nah, I still executed on my trade idea, on the bias. Everything was correct. I'm very proud of myself on taking this trade. Can ask for a trade. So I'm just gonna like take a screenshot of the execution before it like glitches and doesn't load. I wonder if I should do this or show in the future. Let's do that. Is that even gonna work? No, what the fuck? Yes. So I have to do like that. Yo. Yeah, okay. Dude, are you kidding me? Okay, I probably should wait. Let me just do this. I should show my executions when I do this. If I just download image. Let's see. Yeah. Forget about that. Oh my god. That's the worst case scenario. Probably should have thought about that though. I would just lost like fucking $10. Oh well. I could have bought ramen noodles with that. Bad news. So yeah, that's the trade recap, I guess. I don't want to waste. Dude, what the fuck? My F11 key is my F11 F12 key is my volume down, volume up button. What's F10? Mute? That doesn't make sense. Wait, what did I press? Because it actually shows those keys on as like a secondary key bind for F11 F12. I don't know. I gotta figure this shit out. Anyways, what a waste of time.